Welcome back to our water balloon fight tutorial. In this section we're going to add a way to defend ourselves from the dreaded followers. So we're going to add a new sprite called water balloon. Make sure there's no spaces in your sprite name. And I'm going to draw a circle. You can hold down shift while drawing a circle to make sure it's a perfect circle rather than a kind of wonky ellipsis. Top tip for you there. Crop your image and guess the polygon shape by right clicking on the polygon, and now we've got a circle detections. We're going to resize it, make sure it makes sense in our game. It should be smaller than our player and our enemy, and we're going to give it some behaviours. If we shoot off the screen we don't want it to go on forever, so let's destroy outside of layout. And we're going to give it the bullet behaviour. That's what's going to make it travel when we throw our water balloons. And leave it just outside the layout. We don't want the first instance to appear before we've pressed any buttons. So in our player control section we're going to add a new keyboard event, on key pressed, right arrow to shoot right, and we're going to have that spawn our water balloon on the player. So we'll spawn another object, make sure it gets added to layer 1, that's our game layer, we don't want it in the background. And we're going to set the angle of motion for the water balloon to the right. In construct, 0 degrees is to the right, 180 is to the left, 270 degrees is up, and 90 degrees is down. So as you can see, I can shoot very fast with these water balloons, as fast as I can tap the right arrow key. And I want to make things a bit more challenging for the player. If you can just fire off loads of water balloons one after the other, it's going to be a bit too easy. So I'm going to add a sub-event to this event, and it's going to be a system event every X seconds. So I'm going to pick 0.5 and move my actions into this sub-event. So when I press the right arrow key, I can only shoot every half a second, no matter how fast I'm hitting the right arrow key. Brilliant. Now we need to be able to shoot in all other directions as well. So I'm going to use the same method for the player controls and just copy and paste the event and actions that I've used for right and change the parameters for up, down and left as well. So I've sped it up here. We're going to do up, down and left as well as right. Now we can shoot in all 4 directions. Exactly the same principles as our WAS and D for movement. Our water balloons are firing, but they're not really doing anything yet, so we want to make sure when they collide with the follower that they destroy the follower. They're very powerful water balloons. So in our follower behaviour group we're going to say on collision with a water balloon, destroy the follower. Now if we hit the follower with the water balloon it disappears. And this is the fundamental basics of this game. We can move, we can throw water balloons, and we can hit our enemies to get them away from us. I like to imagine they get hit with a water balloon and then they suddenly teleport home to go and get changed because their clothes are all soggy. Let's test it out. We'll put a load of enemies in here. How good can we manoeuvre? This is difficult. In the next section we're going to create enemy spawners, so we can create a layout for the map that makes it fair but challenging. Just having a load of enemies come at you from all directions at once is not really that fair. Let's move it out a bit. We want to test out our game as much as possible at this point to get the right feel.